Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for the Cap Guy show, starring the Cap Guy. That's him. And me. I'm JT, and we live in Oklahoma. Today, we're going to talk to you about being an eBay reseller or other platforms. And we're going to go into some detail, talk about some of the things you can source, and some of the things you can sell, and the things you need to do to get going in this thing. So if you want to make some money, whether we're in this thing or not, maybe change careers, think about it. You can make some money part-time or full-time, as we do. And others do. And others do. And, okay. You just scratch record there? Yeah, I was playing. I ain't got no jokes, so I got to play today. Well, don't play too much. We're kind of serious. Yeah, I know. I still ain't figured out that phone thing from yesterday. I know. I wish you could put it in your car. Well, you can put it in your car. You just ain't going to talk to nobody on it. You ain't supposed to be texting anyway. I know. Stay safe, y'all. All right, let's get to the show. Morning, folks. Yes, we're going to talk about it today. I've had some comments and a couple of people that live not too far from me. One of them I know, one of them I don't. And want to learn more about it. I'm not going to be one of those that charges you money like I know somebody does. And this is what I want to do, and this is what I do. And obviously I want to grow the channel, and I want to get subscribers and views and likes and teach people how to make money. And that's the name of the game. Those of you who don't know, I'm the Cap Guy, live in Oklahoma, and JT's my sidekick. And I'm retired from UPS, and now I do this full time. I used to do it part time. There are YouTubers out there that do this part time and make a very good living at it. And there's people that do it full time. And the reason I call it full time is, even though I'm retired, is because I put in full time hours. So one of the things you can do is go back to one of my videos called The Alphabet Soup. And I went through every letter of the alphabet, and I came up with something related to eBay reselling. Check that out. I've made about 101 or 2 videos now, total. And I'm trying to help people. I do have a lot of knowledge, but no matter how much knowledge you get, just like in almost any field, you can always learn more. And there's things you don't know. You're going to need to look them up, and you need to do your research, and you got to have diversity in the items that you sell. You can't just specialize in like shoes. If you do, you'll sell shoes, but you won't have as many sales. So you got to have a little bit of diversity over the board. I didn't have a great day in sales yesterday. We actually only had 4 sales, and I didn't have any till 6:30 p.m. And then I had 3 in like 20 minutes, and then I got 1 during the night. So not a great weekend day. Normally weekends have been good, but Sundays here lately, I guess because people are starting to get out and the weather's been good. Maybe that's what stopped it. Usually Monday has turned into my best day, and it used to be one of my worst. So remember my saying, sales are sales, profits are profits. Take what you can get and take it all day long. So the first thing we sold, and I just talked about this a couple days ago, was these Life is Good hats. Here's another one that sold, and I don't know if this is a viewer or not, or if just somebody just found it, but I think I have one left, and these are all different themes. This one actually says, "Let me stand next to your fire," and then obviously you're looking for the little smiley face on the back. Life is Good caps are pretty popular. I know Garth Brooks did a little thing with them too, and I don't think it's associated with Garth, even though, and of course he's from this town that I live in, Yukon, Oklahoma. But when you find those, whether it be yard sales or the bins or Goodwills, pick them up. I mean, I sold this one for $15 on a best offer with free shipping, and I made $9.55 off a cap. So anytime you make $9.55 off of an item, that's good. Paid 18 cents for that at the bins, by the way. The next is a Atlanta Hawks practice jersey. And this is a 4X reversible. I bought these for $2.50. They are brand new. And last summer, I wasn't getting hardly any traction on them. I had them at a higher price, and they finally started moving. Again, I had $250 invested. I sold it for $12.99 with shipping on top, and I ended up making $11.50 off of it. I made a little bit on the shipping. The next is an Adidas t-shirt, nothing special. Paid 80 cents for this at the Goodwill bins. Sold it for $13 with free shipping, and I made $7 off that t-shirt, and it's a XL. I do have another one similar that's a 2X still on eBay. And the last thing I sold, which was actually the first thing I sold about 6:30 yesterday, was this lot of PC games. They're Harry Potter. There's 4 of them. 2 are in the original hard case, and the other 2 are in the regular like CD case. But all the pamphlets are there for each game. I paid $1.98, 49 cents a piece for these at a thrift store. And as you can see, they got manuals and maps and everything in it. I had them for $60. I got a best offer yesterday of 40. I counted at 45. Didn't hear anything for a little bit. Thought I kind of had messed up on that. And then I got an offer of $41.67. Kind of an odd offer, but I took it. Took it and ran. Made $33.62 on this. So on the day I hadn't even calculated it yet, but I had less than $5 in cost of goods. That's the amount that you spend to buy the items. I had a total of about $80 in sales, and profit was about $60 in profit. So again, not a great day, but sales are sales, profit's profit. Take it all day long. Now, I want to talk about eBay reselling. The first thing you're going to want to do before I do anything, I would be getting an eBay app and download it on your phone, your computer, everywhere you're going to need it. If you're going to actually do some selling, then you need to have a bank account and a PayPal, and eventually eBay is going to move to manage payments where they actually take over, and PayPal won't be in the picture, but they're also going to have other paying platforms like Venmo and others that you can pay on, which will give more options to buyers to buy from you. And then got to put my reading glasses back on. And those are the things you need. Then you need to be doing research. Before you go out and buy a lot of things, and all of us that are eBay resellers or selling other platforms like Mercari or Amazon or Poshmark or any of those, basically we learned lessons the hard way. We all have made mistakes, and you will too if you do this, because you're going to buy things that you probably shouldn't buy, and you'll see somebody successful with one, and then you'll go out and buy a bunch of it, and it won't be successful for you. It could be a one-off. So what you want to do is do your research. Things that you know a lot about, whether it be video games or clothing, then you want to look at those items. I did a lot. When I first started in 04, I did sports jerseys. I know everything about sports jerseys. What types, what's vintage, and I've done a couple of videos recently where I told you the different ones you're looking for. Again, go back and look at some of my previous videos on things, not only sales and all that, but the things that I source. And some are winners, some are losers. I've only lost money on one that I've showed you recently, and it was because I didn't do my due diligence. Obviously, I hear a lot, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to look for stuff, I don't know what to look for. Well, again, everybody knows something about something. So you're just like in school. Some better readers, some are better at math, some are better at science. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And me, I'm not tech savvy. My videos aren't the professional videos that some of the other people that do this have out there. But when it comes to picking, I pretty much know what I'm doing, and I know over time I've learned what to look for and what not to. But I still find things daily when I'm looking that I don't know what it is. So you got to comp it. And comping it means you're getting on eBay, you're doing a search for it, and then you're filtering it to what it's sold for. Because and I'll show you. I'll go to eBay and we'll get back into here. And I'm going to show you how much money you can make at this. Now, this is my numbers. This is my last 31 days. This is in sales. This isn't profit. And you can expect in 31 days that at least 50, for me, it's actually closer to 70% profit off the items, because I try to keep my cost of goods low when I'm buying stuff at yard sales, estate sales. I really ain't spending a lot of money for this stuff. So that's my sales in the last 31 days. And this is my sales down here, $23,355.91 in the last 90 days. Now, this is during this thing that's going on. And there have been weeks where it's been not as busy, and then there's been weeks where it's been really good. Of course, things like board games and puzzles have been flying off the shelves, exercise equipment, because people are stuck in their homes and they're bored and they want things to do. Video games have increased drastically during this time. And again, that's something that's relatively new to me, but I've got a bunch of them. So when you're searching for something, and I'm just going to type in something I found yesterday or Saturday at a yard sale. So here's a yellow rotary dial phone, okay? And mine looks similar to this one down here, okay? So you want to scroll through and you want to filter over here. Obviously, you want to filter if it's used, and mine is. And then it's going to refresh itself. Actually, I wouldn't do that first. I would do the solds. So I'm going to come down to the sold comps, and that's what you want to filter. And on your phone, it's in the upper right-hand corner where it says filter. You want to filter the item, and you want to see what they're going for. Now, as you can see, there's different styles. So the more specific you are up here, the better it's going to be in finding the item you're looking for. And look at the item, look at model numbers, and things like that. And this is the phone I found right here. It's a Western Electric, and it's a 500 from the 60. Actually, mine's from 1979, and the dates are on those underneath them. But this sold for $50. I actually paid $3 for the one I got, and it's yellow. And again, the more specific you are in the search, you're going to know. So here it is. It's $3. I'm at an estate sale. They want $50. Mine looks just like this. Guess what? That's a buy. That's something you're going to buy. So you want to comp, meaning compare the price and see what it's selling for. And if it's $5 and you're paying $2 for it, nah, you ain't doing that. If you're going to do this for $2 or $3, you're not going to make any money, because remember, eBay gets 10% of your sales, and PayPal gets about 2.3% and that includes the shipping. So, and I'll go through these as I go on the next few days. I'm not going to keep this video to an hour, but you get the gist. You're looking for things, and I'm going to tell you some of the things around your home that you can start with. I know during this time, people got stimulus money, and some are getting unemployment, and some still have jobs. But I know money's tight for a lot of people. And you can start in your own house. I mean, most of us started with about $100 when we went out and bought stuff. And if you'll keep the money in your business, just like any other business, you got to reinvest it, okay? And what you need to do is look around your home, because obviously you're going to have video games, or your kids are going to have video games that they're not playing anymore. And if you want to get rid of them, rather than have a yard sale, and I'm not trying to hurt any resellers out there either, but video games, especially GameCube, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, and some of the Xbox, the PS2s, some of the PS3s, and the original Xbox, not real valuable. What's the other? Game Boy Advance, some of those, and obviously the newer stuff, Switch and PS4, those are valuable, but you're looking for the vintage games, because that's what's really garnering a lot of money. I mean, I bought some this summer that I paid, or in the fall, I paid $3 for and sold for $60. I mean, that's the way it goes. Sourcing, of course, thrift stores, state sales, yard sales, Facebook Marketplace. I bought a GameCube and 9 games for $60, and I've already made probably $300 off that, and I still got the GameCube system with the monitor. The monitor alone is worth $80, and then I've still got probably 5 of the games. So, I mean, some of the games were very valuable. Video games, consoles, again, of systems you're not playing. The next two I don't know a lot about, and so I don't source those, but tools and auto parts do really well if they're in working condition. Unused items. How many things have we bought, whether it be QVC or on Amazon or eBay, and then we get it home and we think we're going to use it and we never use it? I promise you, I have them. And those things are still valuable because somebody wants them and you got them. And so if you're not going to use them, get them on eBay and make some money. Get some of your money back for that stuff. You might even make more than you paid for it. Unused ink. Oh my goodness. HP, Canon. If you've got a new printer and you've got unused ink laying around, or you find it when you're sourcing, grab it. That stuff sells for good money. I just sold 3 Dells this weekend, an older Dell color and 2 blacks, and I paid $1 for 6 of them. I still had the 3 blacks listed. I sold those for $31, and I had $1 and 6 of them. So half of them sold 50 cents for 31 and change. It's not brain surgery, it's money. Perfumes and colognes, especially discontinued. I bought some just recently, and one of them was a men's cologne, Ralph Lauren Chaps. Didn't think it was worth anything, almost didn't pick it up, but it was only a couple bucks. I grabbed it, I sold it for $35. Unused perfumes and colognes will sell. AC adapters, I've sold probably 3 or 4 in the last week and a half. Got them at the bins for like $0.25 a piece. I've made $36 off of one of them that I didn't pay anything for. It was actually mixed up in another lot that I had bought. But most of them, you get anywhere from $10 to $20 a piece for them. Remotes. I don't deal in TV remotes, but I do deal in stereo remotes. And vintage stereo remotes sell, again, anywhere from $12 to $30 for these things. So when you find them, you grab them. Board games and puzzles, they're hot right now. I don't know how long they'll stay hot. I have sold some vintage ones. I sold a 1986 Stratego game a couple weeks ago for $89 that I paid 75 cents at a yard sale for. So vintage games, if they're complete, they're valuable. Hats and caps, of course, I'm the cap guy. I know all about hats and caps. And again, I still learn. I still learn things. But your vintage Nike running hats, your vintage K products, snapback trucker caps, Louisville manufacturing snapback caps that are vintage, and then of course Titleist and things like that. Your sports caps, some of them are valuable. I'm wearing a Dodger cap, and I'm not a Dodger, but I love the cap. I'm a Texas Ranger fan. Books and audio books. A lot of people at the Goodwill bins are sourcing books, and they put them on Amazon. And I don't deal a lot in books. If the book's interesting to me, I'll pick it up. But the only book I've sold that was valuable was a Bible. I sold it for $50. And it was a specific kind of Bible that had, I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was a certain writing in it that sold. Exercise equipment. I just sold a set of my dumbbells that have sat in the garage for 2 years and saw the interest in them, and I sold them for $110 plus shipping to California. Again, normally they may not be worth anything, but during this thing when people couldn't go to gyms, they were valuable. Clothing, again, clothing is one of them things that, I mean, Rock Revival men's jeans, absolutely grab them. If you have them and you don't wear them, get rid of them. They're worth, depending on the name, whether they're James or Caesar or whoever, Caesar is worth as much as James, but I sold them, paid $1 at a yard sale and sold them for $75. So again, go back and look at my videos and you'll see the things I'm selling and what I'm selling. And again, it's all about diversity. And again, go back and watch the alphabet soup video that I made early on in my video YouTube career, if that's what you want to call it. Clothing, I bought a lot. I used to buy a lot of Ralph Lauren polo and Lacoste, and again, they just don't sell that well unless they're in larger sizes. 2X, 3X, 4X, those are going to sell. Jeans and stuff, you're going to make a little bit of money, but you're going to pay for those. So cost of goods, keep that low. If you can get them for $1, even if they're worth $12, that's good, because shipping is about they're going to pay you for 2 pounds, and jeans usually weigh 1.5 pounds a pair. You can make a little bit on the shipping because you can get them in a priority flat rate envelope. And if you're shipping on eBay, you want to use the postal service, which is primarily who you're going to use through eBay, because if you take it to the post office, you're going to pay way too much in shipping. And shipping is a big expense for you, and supplies and stuff. Jackets, especially vintage sports jackets, starter, pro line, those kind of things. Makeup. Makeup is, I found some City Lips puffer makeup early March at a yard sale. The lady didn't use it, and I bought 9 of them for $1 a piece. I sold every one of those for between $28 and $32 a piece within 2 weeks. I mean, figure that up. And I only sold 7 because 2 of them weren't sealed, so I couldn't sell them. But you figure $9 into an average of $30 a piece times 7. 7 times 3 is $210 minus the 9, minus the fees. I still made almost $200 profit off of, let's say 180 off that. And it sold quickly, and that's what you're doing. Makeup sales, especially during this thing, because people couldn't access a lot of makeup. Again, it needs to be new, not used makeup. CDs and DVDs, I try to stay away from those unless they're vintage or they're rare. I found some Kiss ones at the bins and didn't even know they were valuable till I saw another YouTuber sell his set of Kiss complete set of DVDs, and guess what? I sold mine too, and I got almost $60 for that set. Albums, I don't do. I have a lot of albums. I even have my 45s from when I was a kid in the late '60s. Original Michael Jackson 45s and stuff. I'm not selling those right now. The albums, I sold a Willie Nelson record not too long ago for 75. I paid 75 cents. It was called Good Times, made in 1969. Comp that. I sold that album for $100. $100 because it was rare. Knickknacks. Be careful of that though, because you want to be really packing them good to make sure they make it. Hot Wheels, Matchbox, especially if they're red line. And again, you need to Google that so you learn about that. And toys and figures. Oh my goodness! Even if they're used, Transformers, Batman, Spider-Man, all that stuff, Star Wars. You want to be looking to sell that stuff. If you got toy boxes full of stuff and your child don't play with them anymore, look them up. Go onto the feet or the back of the legs. Usually that's where the date is, or on their lower back, or on their back of their neck, and you'll see dates and just comp them. Star Wars, Stormtrooper, 1977 LFL or whatever. If it's 77, it's probably valuable because that's the year Star Wars came out. These are all things that you can learn and you can do and make money doing this. It's out there to be made. You saw my numbers. And again, it's there to be had. You want to keep good records. You want to keep good receipts for mileage, fuel, tags, all the things you can write off. And again, I talked about that in a couple of videos ago. Showed you my Excel spreadsheet. You want to have good detailed information on your expenses, because if you're making this kind of money, you've got to have your write-offs too, which are your supplies and things like that, wear and tear on things, and all the things that you need to get your business going. Lighting, cheap. I bought to take pictures. I bought cardboard at Dollar General, and it's a kids crafting thing. You put posters on, and it's a trifold, and I put some poster board on the bottom, and that's where I take my pictures. And I do them with my phone camera. So you can get fancy and do them. A lot of people buy the circular lights and other lights, and they take their pictures, and they're really good. I'm not as fancy as those folks, but I still have the sales. And so, if you look at my eBay store, and I have over 2,400 items on there right now, there are a lot of pictures that need some work that I took a long time ago, and it's just impossible to go back and do that and get caught up of revising those pictures, especially when they don't have a lot of value. I have a lot of t-shirts and a lot of shorts or pants and shirts and jackets, and I'm moving away from that. Shoes can be good money. Again, you need to comp everything. Nike, you want to be looking under the tongue and or on the side inside and looking for the code. And typically be something like 467-524-100. You're going to be looking for that because that's going to tell you the style of the Nike shoe, if it's a Jordan or whatever, and then the value of it. I've bought them at yard sales for $5 and flipped them for, $50, $60, $70. And some of them can be $500 shoes. Again, comp everything, do your research, go back and watch some of my videos on what's sold, and you'll see the diversity in the items. And again, watch the Alphabet Soup video. I talk about each item, and customer service is important, shipping quickly is important, all those factors. But you can take a little bit of money, you can do this part-time in addition to what you do, or you can do it full-time. And there are a couple of YouTubers out there that this is their job. They don't have any other income other than what they do and make money. And you can do it too. It takes a little time and it takes a lot of effort because you're not just going out and finding this stuff. Then you got to bring it home and research it better. You got to take pictures and you got to list it. And then you got to inventory it. And that means storing it somewhere in your house or buying a storage unit. I wouldn't suggest that because that's a cost you don't want right away. But I live by myself, so I have a eBay room, and I have a little bit of an area of a garage where I've invested in shelving, and I have bins that are marked and have codes, and then in the SKU of my phone or my computer, I have where that is, where that item is. So if it's a Ralph Lauren polo, it says T23, then I go to the T bin and I find number 23, and I have them in clear poly bags. And I grab that and I bring it in here and I weigh it and I ship it. Easy peasy, nice and easy. So you can do it. Please like, subscribe, view my videos, share my channel. Please help me grow the channel, and I will help you grow your business. So as I always say, I make a video every day, usually every morning, unless I'm sourcing, and I will teach you how to do this and make some extra money. And again, start in your own home without any expense. Sell some of the items that you're not using or you don't need, and you can start making money. And then you can take that and reinvest it and do the yard sales and the estate sales and the thrift stores and things. And again, keep your cost of goods low and your profits will be high. Okay? And as I always say, I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Cap Guy out.